There is a question that is being asked, and that question is this: should believers follow a specific diet for health reasons? So why would we have to ask that question in today's time that we live in? Let me explain that to you. Hi, my name is Ed Logan. I'm with From Process to Pure Food Movement. Here, we learn how to eat a pure biblical way, as close as we can in the time that we are living in. I'm so glad that you have joined us. But this is one of the top questions that is being asked. Should we eat a different diet? And, had we been existing during the time of the Bible, this question really would not be asked, because majority of the people, almost everybody, ate the same thing. If you lived in the area, you ate what was grown in that specific area. Only in today's time can you eat food that is grown out of season. It's transported and shipped in from different places. So we have the variety. At any time, we can buy broccoli. At any time, if you love an ear of corn, you could get that at pretty much at any time, whether it be frozen or shipped in from another country. So the question that we have today has to do with today's time. So again, they would not be asking that question back then because they didn't have food. Number one, if it was shipped from somewhere, it didn't last long. It probably didn't even make it off of the ship if it was. Okay, so very valid question. Okay, my thoughts on this is, should we follow a specific diet? Yes, I believe that we should. We should, because there is dietary guidances in the Bible. The Bible does give us a guidance on how we should eat. For example, in Genesis chapter 1, he says, I've created every green plant that grows from the ground, that bears seed after itself. Okay, so there is a guidance. He has just told us what we should eat. He also, in Genesis chapter 2, talks about the trees, eating fruit from the tree. Hey, that's a guidance. So he's told us to eat plants. He's told us to eat fruit. And then you continue on in Genesis, and he talks to Noah, and he tells Noah, you can eat meat. And so therefore he's declared the meat that Noah can eat. And so, a lot of people aren't aware of this, and maybe this will be a study that we can do. But even going into the ark, there were clean and unclean animals that even came in to the ark. Now, this is before sacrifices was being done. I know a lot of people say you don't have to worry about the sacrificial laws, or, eating today, the foods that they were using to sacrifice for the ordinances and stuff. But even during Noah's time, the Most High separated the food, or the animals rather, by clean and unclean. So, you really have to look at that and ask yourself, if the dietary laws are done away with, then why was there a law, or why was the Most High showing Noah which animals were clean then and which animals were not clean? And another question you have to ask this. This is just thoughts, y'all, so just deal with me. I think like this all the time because I really want to know the truth. I really want to know what my Father thinks about the food that we eat. So you look in the coming kingdom. Yes, there is going to be a coming kingdom. And you look at the food or the things that are going to be sacrifices. See, many of us don't even understand that there are going to be sacrifices in the coming kingdom. There's prophecies about the coming kingdom. There's prophecies about the temple that is going to be built. Not the temple that they're talking about building right now over in Israel. Not that one. The one that's going to be after the fourth temple. There is going to be sacrifices. So you have to ask, why is there going to be sacrifices during that time? So you can find the references of those in Ezekiel, I believe chapter 44 on through the rest of Ezekiel. You'll also find them in Zechariah, I believe chapter 12 as well. You're going to find it in Revelations 20. And we'll go over those at some point. But are there guidances? Yes, there's guidances. There's guidances that he has given us from the beginning. And there are guidances that we're going to be going by at the new beginning, should I say. All right, so hopefully, go do your own research. Never take what I say. Go do your own research and find out these things for yourself, okay? So the diet that the world has today is very unhealthy. When you look at most of the marketing that is done today, most of the marketing that is done is all about processed food-like substances. And many of you have heard me talk about foodish. You know, ish means to be like. So they are creating stuff that is food-ish. It's like food, but it's not quite food. Okay, so I talk about that all the time. You'll always hear that from me. You'll hear, instead of processed food, like I used to say, you'll hear me now say food-like substances, because I'm no longer going to call something food that is not food. Food is made to nourish your body. It's made to keep your body alive. It's made to help your body to grow. And when we look at ultra processed or processed food-like substances, they actually cause your body to decline. So they're not a food, okay? The Most High made food to nourish, and his enemy made food that does not nourish. And so, yes, there is a difference. We should not be eating like the world, okay? So just because a TV commercial brings up this brand new soup that's just come out, and you know it's really good, but when you go and look at that can and you see all of the look at the labels and all the ingredients that it's on it, that's something that we should not be partaking in. That's my belief. I'm not pushing that on you. You have to come up with your own conviction about what you place into your temple. Okay? If he tells us that he is going to destroy us if we destroy our body, then we have to be careful of what we are doing to our temple. And I'm not saying that in a mean way whatsoever. I'm saying it in a way that brings fear of the Most High to me. You know, I have to make sure that I am guarding, that I am protecting this vehicle that he has given me to live in. So eating like the world, thousands of years ago, you could probably say eating like the world, but for us as believers, eating like the world today, it's a no-no. Because clearly you can see everything that is taking place in the world. So the diet that is given us today is a SAD diet. And SAD stands for Standard American Diet. It really is sad. I don't know if you've noticed, have you noticed that the healthcare system is growing? You know, the healthcare system is really picking up now. It's like one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Why is that? Because there's being more ultra processed food-like substance, edible products that's being created, and more people are consuming them. So therefore, now the health is really going down. So this is what I want you to think of. I want you to think of having your own health care system. When you really look at it, when you go to the hospital or you go to the doctor's office, a lot of times because we have an illness, because we're sick. So it's really not called the health care system. It really should be called the health sick or the sick care system, because many of us go there when we're sick, when we've got something going on. And I'm not against the health care system at all. Believe me. If I break my leg, I'm going to go to the doctor. Hey, they work miracles on your leg. You know, if I have a tooth that's hurting me and it needs to be pulled, I'm going to go to the dentist because my teeth needs to be pulled. If not, I'm going to have an infection. I could possibly die from an infection just from a tooth. So you see why it's so important that, you know, we put it in its proper category. Okay, we can't talk down about the healthcare system. But the healthcare system was never set up to deal with preventable chronic illnesses. That's not what it was made for. So those are some things that I think about. Should believers follow a specific diet for health reasons? If you've got some information, if you've got a comment, hey, please put it down below. I would love to hear it. All right. Hey, I'll see you on the next video. We're really going to get into the study of food. All right. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.